Good morning, everyone. Tony Mello Properties team. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to just go over something that I came across and then just did quick research on just to get my head straight on it. This email came to me, and when I first read this email, I misread it. I thought it was saying that everyone has to do a home inspection on every property all the time. It's not the case. That's what triggered me to go look at more information. So I came back and reread it. Massachusetts has passed a new law ensuring that homebuyers cannot be required to waive their right to a home inspection. I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen anywhere on a listing that said only bring me buyers that are interested in waiving their home inspection. Reason for that is it opens up the listing agent and the sellers of a property to getting sued for requiring stuff like that. It muddies the water because it introduces problems. So I've never seen a listing that specifically said sellers will not accept offers that include a home inspection. Now, and I went and looked at and researched and Googled to see if what law that was, and I'm going to show you in a second. Now, that doesn't mean that sellers cannot accept an offer that the home inspection has been waived on, and that is the problem. Back when we were going through COVID, that's when this kind of popped up and was more prevalent. People were sending in offers that said we will waive our home inspection. Now, even today, with this law, if there's 10 offers in front of a seller and 5 of them have a home inspection, they're requesting a home inspection, and there's 5 more that waive that home inspection. The ones that have the waived home inspection carry more weight than the ones that are requesting the home inspection. They're better offers. There's less risk. There's less potential for problems for the sellers. So as well-intentioned this particular law is, they still don't quite understand the realities of what happens when it happens. So I Googled it. Is there such a thing as requiring a home inspection? And this is what popped up. So, right to inspection. The law signed into effect on August 6, 2024, last year, as part of the Affordable Home Act, ensures that buyers have the right to a home inspection and sellers cannot condition an offer to purchase on a waiver of this right. Again, to put a law into place for something that is already happening, in my view, that I've seen 100% of the time, makes the law useless and less effective. I've never seen, not just mine, I've never seen any other listing that said only bring me the buyers that want to waive their inspection. I'm not saying it's never happened. Maybe it has happened. I've just never seen it. So that's the thing there. No pressure to waive. It's one of those things. Okay, no pressure. I've got 5 offers that don't have a home inspection. There's 5 that do have a home inspection. They can't force sellers to pick one over the other. So the sellers still are going to pick the one that is best for them, price and terms. Sellers or their agents cannot pressure buyers to waive their right to a home inspection. Yeah, right, fine. But the listing agent is going to say, here's my offers, here's the offers that I have, I've presented them to the seller, they're going to choose what they're going to choose. What do you think they're going to choose? They're going to choose the ones that are best for them. So, no pressure to waive. It's kind of wishy-washy. It doesn't mean a whole lot of anything. Formalizing the option. By formalizing the option for a pre-purchase inspections, an inspection before you purchase, which is what it does, how it happens anyways. As soon as your offer gets accepted, you start the inspection. After the inspection, then you move on to the purchase and sales. The bill provides buyers with the necessary tools to make informed decisions, ensuring that they are not taking on unforeseen risk. None of this is new. So this whole new thing, Affordable Home Care Act 2024, it's like saying, starting today, when you see a red light, you have to stop. Everybody's stopping anyways. So it's very odd to see. Actually, I've seen stuff where there's laws put in place that mean absolutely nothing, do absolutely nothing, or reiterate what's happening already. So I'm not surprised. It's just, all right, there's a law in place. It does nothing. Exceptions. The law provides few exceptions to the home inspection contingency waiver, directing the Executive Office of Home and Livable Communities to promulgate regulations that state offers to purchase a home cannot be conditioned. Right. It doesn't say what those few exceptions are, but I'll chase that down so I know what those few exceptions are. Licensing. Individuals cannot represent themselves. A home inspector has to be a home inspector that has their license to be a home inspector. Otherwise, dad coming in to look at the house is not a home inspector. They're not qualified to do that. Board of registration, home inspector standards and practices, all that stuff. All right. And then I went to, because this is the typical thing, if I can find it. This is the typical thing that I send out to buyers, so buyers understand that they have the right, and now I guess more so in 2024, to do a home inspection and why it is a good to do a home inspection. It doesn't negate the fact that no matter how good it is to do the home inspection and how much right they have to do it, if sellers continue to get offers that don't have a home inspection, those sellers are again going to select the ones that don't have a home inspection. Right, wrong, indifferent. It just is the way it is. Unless Massachusetts is going to put into place and say all buyers must have a home inspection, enforce everyone to have a home inspection. That's the only way you're going to have these 10 offers now all have a home inspection. Outside of that, the whole thing is wishy-washy. It's not going to help anything with anybody. This is an old form. We've been sending this form forever. We do have our buyer clients sign, initial this at the bottom, stating that they have received it, they have read it, and they understand it. That way they know that they can do a home inspection. We recommend it. Timing of home inspection, I'm not going to read it. It's basically when you're looking into a house, you put an offer in, you have the right to do a home inspection. Again, typically the timeline of that is offer accepted, home inspection within 7 days of that signed offer. The faster the better. And then once the inspection is done, 24 hours after that, you have to be careful with the, what offer form you're using and dates and how it's written up to make sure that you know when you have to have that home inspection done by, when the expiration date of that answer is for the home inspection, and then from that point forward, the PNS after that. So there is a expiration for an answer on that home inspection, and if the sellers don't receive notice, either me as the buyer agent telling the listing agent, or in writing, or to a lawyer, some way of communicating from the buyer side to the seller side whether or not they're good to go with what they have, or they have issues that they want to renegotiate. If you don't do that before the expiration, then it is then at that point considered as if you're going to move forward. The whole idea here is you don't want to lose, the buyers don't want to lose their deposit, so certain things have to happen at a certain time, and that is those things that you have to watch and make sure that they're getting done by a certain time, with extensions if necessary. Alright, so selecting a home inspector. Again, if you're with us, you're going to get this automatically. There's going to be information here. I, as the buyer agent, have the ability, because it is a fiduciary duty that I protect the buyer, so I can recommend a home inspector to our buyers. The opposite is true if I am the listing agent. My job is to protect the sellers as a listing agent, so I cannot recommend a home inspector to the buyer because I don't. I'm not responsible for the buyer, and so they're trying to keep people on both sides to make sure that the listing agent is not doing something to the buyer that is in advantage to the seller. So that's just kind of the way it goes. Listing agent shuts up, buyer agent can help the buyer. That's what they're there for. Listing agent can suggest this here. Go to this website. There's a whole list of home inspectors. Find the one that you want. They can do that, but they can't recommend a specific person. Buyer agents, again, can because they are working for the buyer. So I won't go through all this. It says what a home inspection is, and the links to go get find home inspectors. Back to this, Massachusetts has passed a new law ensuring that home buyers cannot require, again, cannot be required to waive. I've never seen a listing where the home buyer was required to waive their rights. What's happening is, in the past more so than now, but still I'm sure now, if a seller gets a 10, 20, 30, 50 offers, and they're going to pick the one that is best for them, that is more guaranteed for them, and that is price and terms. Who's providing the most amount of money with the terms that are most beneficial to me as the seller. A home inspection causes problems because they'll go in and they will do a home inspection. They will look at the home. And that can stop a buyer from buying a home. That can cause a buyer to come back and renegotiate because of whatever it is that is going on, or whatever the home inspector found. So if at the front end the sellers have offers that preclude, go around, don't include that risk, then that is what they're going to go with. So fine, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And again, I hope you guys are all doing well. Law put into place, Affordable Homes Act, saying that listing agents and sellers cannot, in their listing, say we will only accept buyers that are waiving their home inspections. Again, I've never seen it before because they don't need to do it. They put it out there, they get 10 offers, these have home inspections, these don't. Mr. Seller, which one do you want? Those, of course. Those are the ones that are. So, unless Massachusetts says, for now on, everyone is required to ask for a home inspection, and sellers can't say yes or no. If all the offers have a home inspection now you have a range of offers that are up to the same level. Unless they do that, this whole thing saying that the sellers cannot require, great, they cannot require, but it doesn't really do anything, is the point of this whole video. Alright, enough babbling. Tony Mello, Mello Properties team, 508-369-9755. Hope you're all doing well. If you at any time have any questions about buying or selling, or certainly if you have a property that you want to sell, or you're getting yourself into the market to buy a home, we would be happy to represent you. Give me a call, 508-369-9755. Call or text to start that conversation. We'll get that ball rolling, do what we've got to do, figure out the situation, and then get the ball rolling. Yeah. Have a great morning. Tony Mello, Mello Properties, 508-369-9755. Home inspections, how they kind of generally work, this new law, that kind of thing. Have a great day.